All right, hey, what's Grace Legacy Builders doing this fall? First of all, we have the Bible study on Friday mornings at 6 o'clock. We're going through Gene Getz, The Measure of a Man, 20 attributes that the Apostle Paul and Titus put for church leadership. And those define masculinity and men for Western civilization. That's why we don't have polygamy anymore, because Paul says the leader in the church is to be but the husband of one wife. So anyway, we're also doing that, and I'm doing that at Banner of Christ Church on Sunday morning, and we're also doing FYI Friday. Now, fast forward, we're also doing a class at Cedar Orthodox Presbyterian class on Wednesday nights this fall. And it can best be summarized with the talk that I gave to the Nigerian pastors just last week, Thursday, at this time, over the internet with Pastor Joseph Naiwibo. It was called The Trinitarian Delight of Marriage. And what we're looking at in all of these is the character and attributes of God, especially within the intertrinitarian relationship and how that applies to marriage and being male and female, and how we get to echo the Trinity in our own lives. Now, here's an example, and here's the outline. Not an example, here's the outline, my friends. The Trinity, Genesis 1 through 3, the title is Everything I Needed to Know About Gender, Everything I Needed to Know About Being Male and Female starts in Genesis 1 through 3. And it begins with the Trinity. The Trinity is equal in divinity. God's not more important than Jesus, and Jesus is not more important than God. They have equal divinity in the same way men and women have equal dignity, being created in the image of God. In the image of God, we are created male and female. So that's what makes marriage so beautiful. It's two equals coming together in God's design. And that's the next phase. The distinctives. Within the Trinity, God sends the Son. The Son sends the Holy Spirit. So when that fruit is crunched in the Garden of Eden, as one professor put it, as that fruit was crunched, God looks at the Son looks at the Father, and they know what has to happen. He has to go to the cross. And that's the risk that they took when they created us, that we could rebel. Every parent knows that when they have a child. That cute, cuddly kid in a few years will be rebelling against us in their teenage years. But they have distinctive roles. And so when that crunch happens, the Holy Spirit weeps because he knows the agony within the Trinity of what's going to occur. So God sends his Son. The Son willingly submits to the Father, does not consider equality with God something to be grasped. In the same way, men and women have distinctive roles. The man is called to be the prophet, priest, and king. The woman is called to be a co-heir of the grace of God, a co-regent. Michelle and I are equally called. And then we have this one thing as well in concert with the Trinity. So divine dignity of men and women, divine divinity with the Trinity, distinctive roles within this equality, and then divine delight for both men and women and the Trinity when we work in harmony and in concert with those distinctives. That's the beauty of the Trinity and the working out of our salvation that we're discovering in Genesis 1 through 3 and how it explodes into the rest of the Bible. And that's the beauty of marriage, that we delight in one another's distinctives and our equality. Hey, we're going to talk more about this. Blessings and grace to you all. That's what we're doing this fall at Grace Legacy Builders.